Okay, so today we started talking about our measures of center. Um, and for most of you, you're going to recognize the Fab Four here. All right. We're doing some work with statistics. So these are four of the big ones. So when we go to find these four, okay, mode. All right, remember the mode is the one most common value. So if you scan and do a visual here, you're going to see 11 and 11. So our mode's going to be 11. Okay, our median is our middle number. All right, now remember, before we calculate our middle number, all of these terms need to be put in order. So we need to rewrite. Shoot. 9, 10. So once we get them in order, we come up with a median of 11 as well. All right, our mean, also known as the average. 2 steps. Number 1, add your numbers. So if we add up our numbers here, 13 plus 18. We get a total of 114. Step number 2, we're going to divide by number of items. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 values. So we want to do 114 divided by 9. So we end up with 12.6 repeating. So notice those three actually ended up pretty close together. Range helps us determine how far apart, how spread out our list is. That is our maximum minus our minimum. So for this particular set, 22 is the biggest, 8 is the smallest. So we have a range of 14. All right, and again, all that tells us is if we have do we have a bunch of values that are fairly close together, or are we dealing with a bunch of terms that are spread out? All right, so those are the ones most of us are familiar with. So now we jump down here and we have a few newbies, the upper quartile and the lower quartile. All right, so the upper quartile, now again, we can't do these until after we find the median, okay? After we find the median. So upper quartile, this is the middle of the top half, okay? Or the big numbers, however you want to look at it. So if we come up here to our list, here's our median, so that's the breaking point. So that determines that these four terms are our top half, or the big numbers. And what we need to calculate is the middle. So we're in between 13 and 18. So 13 plus 18, divide by 2. 15.5. That would be our upper quartile. Lower quartile, middle of the bottom half, or your small numbers. Okay, middle of the small numbers. So again, we use our median as our reference. Those are our small numbers. So it's in the middle of 9 and 10. 9.5. So we have upper quartile, lower quartile, and then the last one we have here is our interquartile range. So when we see that word range, we know we got a minus. What do they want us to subtract? The quartiles. Okay, so we come over here, upper quartile, 15.5, lower quartile, 9.5. we get a quartile range of 6. Okay, so for definition here, upper quartile minus lower quartile. Okay? All right, do the best you can tonight, and as always, bring any questions to class tomorrow. Have a good night.